Hello all. Today I am going to discuss about the most trending and developing technology which makes machines to think like humans and rationally, and also which gives ability to them to take the decision based on the condition, that is artificial intelligence. In this topic we are going to discuss about artificial intelligence, AI, and agent. What is an agent? Agent environment, agent architecture, basic agent, and types of agents. Artificial intelligence is defined as a study of rational agents. Here, the rational agent is a theoretical entity based on a realistic model that has preferences for advantageous outcomes and will seek to achieve them in a learning scenario. A rational agent could be anything which makes decisions as a person, film, machine, or software. That means a rational agent could be a person or a film or a machine or a software or anything. It has the decision taking ability based on the condition provided. It carries out an action with the best outcome after considering past and current percepts. This means the agent stores the previous functions it has performed according to the previous conditions and comparing those with the present situation and conditions and percepts. It gives the better output and it functions efficiently than in the past. An AI system is composed of an agent and its environment. That means every system in the artificial intelligence consists of an agent and its environment. The agents act in their environment. That means the agent will work only on their environment. The environment may contain other agents. This means the environment may have one or more than two agents, but an agent cannot have more than one environment. An agent is anything that can be viewed as perceiving its environment through sensors and acting upon that environment through actuators. Here, perceiving its environment through sensors is nothing but collecting the input data from the environment through the sensors, and acting upon that environment through actuators is nothing but the agent performing a function on the environment with the help of actuators. This can also be said as output function of the agent. Now coming to the basic agent, every agent have its own environment, and the agent gets the data from the environment through sensors and works on the environment through the actuators. This is the basic agent and how the basic agent works on its environment through sensors and actuators. Actuators are also known as effectors. Now coming to the agent architecture. To understand the structure of intelligent agents, we should be familiar with architecture and agent program. Architecture is the machinery that the agent executes on. It is a device with sensors and actuators. For example, a robotic car, a camera, a PC. Here, the machinery which consisting the agent in it is known as the agent architecture. Agent program is an implementation of an agent function. That means every agent has an pre-programmed function which defines it how to work. That is the agent program. An agent function is a map from the percept sequence history of all that an agent has perceived till date to a function. Agent is a combination of architecture plus agent program. Without architecture or agent program, the agent cannot work. While coming to the types of agents, agents are of 5 types. They are simple reflex agents, model-based reflex agents, goal-based agents, utility-based agents, and learning agents. Simple reflex agents, they choose actions only based on the current percept. They are rational only if a correct decision is made only on the basis of current percept. It works on condition action rule. Condition action rule, it is a rule that maps a state to an action. Model-based reflex agents, they used a model of the world to choose their actions. They maintain an internal state. Model knowledge about how the things happen in the world. Internal state, it is a representation of unobserved aspects of current state depending on percept history. Goal-based agents, they choose their actions in order to achieve goals. Goal-based approach is make flexible than reflex agent. Goal, it is a description of desirable situations. Utility-based agents, they choose actions based on a preference for each state. Goals are inadequate when there are conflicting goals out of which only few can be achieved. Goals have some uncertainty of being achieved, and you need to weigh likelihood of success against the importance of a goal. Learning agent. Learning agent can be divided into four conceptual components. The most important distinction is between the learning element, which is responsible for making improvements, and performance element, which is responsible for making actions in the environment. The first type of the agent is simple reflex agent. The agent function is based on the condition action rule. A condition action rule is a rule that maps a state that is conditioned to an action. If the condition is true, then the action is taken, else not. In simple reflex agent, for every condition, an action is mapped such that for that condition, the action has to be performed. This agent function only succeeds when the environment is fully observable. The simple reflex agent has very limited intelligence. If there occurs any change in the environment, then the collection of rules need to be updated. If the changes are made on the environment frequently, then the collection of rules has to be updated frequently. This is the disadvantage in the simple reflex agent. At the current percent, the simple reflex agent gets the information from the environment through the sensors, like what the world is right now and what is the current condition existing. As earlier said, all the agents are pre-programmed. The simple reflex agent comes to know according to which condition which action has to be performed. According to that, the simple reflex agent perform the action on the environment through actuators. This is how a simple reflex agent works. The second type of the agents are model-based reflex agent. It works by finding a rule whose condition matches the current situation. A model-based agent can handle partially observable environments by use of model about the world. The agent has to keep track of internal state, which is adjusted by each percept. That means for every percept, the internal state of the agent may change, and that depends on the percept history. Model-based reflex agents has the knowledge about how the world evolves independently from the agent and how the agent actions affects the world. Similar to simple reflex agent, the model-based reflex agent also get the information from the environment through sensors like what the world is like now and what is the present condition. The model-based reflex agent have an internal state which may change according to the previous perception, which may not support with the present perception. And the model-based reflex agent also have the knowledge about the world, how the world evolves and what my actions can do on the environment. And according to the condition action rules, the model-based reflex agent gets to know what action has to be performed on the environment and performs on the environment through the actuators. This is how a model-based reflex agent performs. The third type of the agent is goal-based agents. They choose their actions in order to achieve goals. Goal-based approach is more flexible than reflex agent, since the knowledge supporting a decision is explicitly modeled, thereby allowing for modifications. Goal. It is a description of desirable situations. The goal-based agent get the information from the environment through sensors like what the world is right now and what is the present condition. As like model-based reflex agent, the goal-based agent also have its internal state and it also know how the world evolves and what my actions can do. And the goal-based agent mainly focuses on reaching its goal, such that it will think about what happens if I do action A, and according to the goals, the goal-based agent will work on the environment through actuators. This is how a goal-based agent works on its environment. The fourth type of the agent is utility-based agent. Utility-based agent, they choose actions based on a preference for each state. Goals are inadequate in some cases, like there are conflicting goals out of which only few can be achieved. Goals have some uncertainty of being achieved, and you need to weigh likelihood of success against the importance of a goal. As earlier said in the above three agents, the utility-based agent also get the information from the environment through the sensors like what the world is like now and what is the present condition. The utility-based agent also have its internal state and the knowledge about how the world evolves and what my actions can do. The utility-based agent thinks what action I have to perform. If I do an action A, then how much happy I will be, or if I perform an action B, then how much happy I will be in such state. By calculating and considering all these things, the utility-based agent get to know what action has to be performed on the environment and perform the action on that environment through the actuators. This is how a utility-based agent works on its environment. The fifth type of the agent is learning agent. The learning agent has four elements. The first element is learning element. It is responsible for making improvements by learning from the environment. The second element is critic. Learning element takes feedback from critic, which describes how well the agent is doing with respect to a fixed performance standard. The third element is performance element. It is responsible for selecting external action. The fourth element is problem generator. This component is responsible for suggesting actions that will lead to new and informative experiences. As like above agents, here the learning agent also gets the information from the environment through sensors, and the learning agent mainly have four components. They are critic, learning element, problem generator, and performance element. The learning element always takes the feedback from the critic as per the fixed performance standard, and the problem generator is responsible for suggesting actions that will lead to new and informative experiences. The performance element, it is responsible for selecting external action by considering the above conditions and performs on the environment. This is how a learning agent performs on its environment. By completing all these topics, we have discussed about artificial intelligence, what is the artificial intelligence, what is an agent, and agent environment, agent architecture, and a basic agent, and how a basic agent works, and all the types of agents.